Crazy, never lost it. Now I pick her up in the Mercedes and I'm frosted. 23 and 0, we took the lead. Watch me talk shit. Everybody see me on my top dog shit. They were saying I was going crazy, never lost it. Now I pick her up in the
And welcome to the National Meat Treasure Podcast with your host Sasha, aka Joe Camel. I kind of found out recently.
Wow.
Love a good nicotine mascot, but you know what I found out recently?
I did not expect that.
The reason I'm so like high octane is because I've been smoking for 20 years. I thought nicotine was the cancer-causing agent in cigarettes. No, it's the reason you smoke them. It gives you focus, it gives you energy, it gives you hype. It's all the other shit mixed together that gives you the cancer. So whenever I quit these vape sticks, I've graduated from cigarettes to vape sticks. I'm gonna start trying nicotine patches and just firing myself right up.
It apparently isn't that great. It can make you vomit quite a bit. High amounts of nicotine, especially in those patches. So I don't know, man. I mean, you can do you.
I mean, these are 50 milligrams of milligrams or milliliters of
I think milliliters.
Nicotine, and I think I go through them in like 3 or 4 days, depending on how much I work. Okay. This is probably going to run out the middle of this podcast, so we'll see. I haven't puked yet, though.
We'll see. And there. I mean, there's not a lot of cigarette mascots, and for good reason. Because I don't know what I would do if like Virginia Slims had its own like what would Virginia Slims have as a mascot, like a sexy cat?
A white woman sailor from the 50s.
No. They got to be they got to be anthropomorphic like animals. Like they can't. We can't just put human values like Marlboro Man. No, come on, man. We don't even see his face. We don't even see his face. We just see boots and a hat. Okay, and
that's it. That's what it is.
That's boots it, bro. That's the spirit of America, and good old red tobacco. Yeah, I don't got anything clever. But I will say this. Did I talk about Sandman already on this? Or did I avoid that?
We started to, but we didn't.
You did, and you also did not introduce yourself. The people need to know who you are.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna get into. Is it's your boy Christian, aka Abel from the House of Mystery. Because you know what? It is Sandman is a really great show, and I want to get your thoughts on it. I don't know if you guys watched it yet, but go ahead, Joseph.
I have. I just recently finished Sandman, and I can't wait to talk about it with you because it's super dope. It is your boy, Thriller from the 3, aka Joey from the National Meat Treasure Podcast.
Wonderful.
Wow. High energy.
So I wanna start this episode since we're on the topic of TV. Since I don't know shit about Sandman and I love to talk. I need you to watch that Lord of the Rings shit, bro. I know you're against Lord of the Rings, but that show is so fucking pretty,
I'm not against
bro.
it. No. Okay, hold on. I'll correct it. And so for those of you who don't know, that have been living under a rock, Lord of the Rings, Power of the Rings of Power, had just come out on Amazon Prime. What I said, and I'll keep it on the record, is that I watched it and couldn't get reeled in fast enough because it felt like I had to catch up on a lot. Because the only thing I actually saw as far as source material was the first were the 3 movies that came out with Shia LaBeouf and the Hobbit cartoon from like the 80s or 70s, wherever.
You've seen more than 99% of people. And honestly, here's the thing about Lord of the Rings, from what I know. I didn't read the books. All you have to know is that there is a war between a great evil and the kingdoms of man, elves, dwarves, whatever the fuck. There's other creatures in the world that, they kind of like bow out of the fight because they're not fighters, but that's all you really need to know. And then like there's all these stories in the Tolkien universe kind of take place with different people and things within this massive world. But the chronological sequence is always the same thing. It's the war and that's it. And it's either like the end of the war or the middle of the war, or the war's been done for 100 years and the evil's not gone. It's not rocket science. I just think I used to kind of compare. My thing was I also have a super funny story about how I found out about Tolkien. But I used to compare, like I would always say that like when I think about like a really good film, I always think Lord of the Rings. Like if I'm in my head, Lord of the Rings is unfucking deniable. Like the score, the acting, the special effects. It is a perfect movie. You could not be into elves or whatever the fuck, but you cannot deny that those are beautiful films. I didn't watch The Hobbit. I heard it was like I heard The Hobbit is actually based on a kid's book. Like so if people weren't really fucking with it, like the original book. But I will check out The Hobbit just because that show is beautiful, and also they do have a whole thing now where they're being more inclusive. So within the different races, there are also different races, but they don't have anything to do. So like there are black dwarves and Spanish dwarves, but
there's opportunities for it. Yeah,
black elves.
They're still dwarves at the end of the day. So
that's what the Harfoots are.
The Harfoots are, you don't know, they're not all white.
They're not all white, and it's because they're descendants of the hobbits that we eventually see, right? So the Harfoots are kind of part of that same group, big, funky, hairy feet, but there's dwarves that are all different colors, and like their leader is very obviously black. So, of course, that kind of stuff always brings out the best in human beings when they see, characters that they've always been used to seeing as white, now introducing characters from different races, and it's like, well, everybody's so woke. God damn it! Like, why in the fucking hell would you care what an imaginary character's skin color looks like? Literally, that character could be purple with polka dots, and I would never question it. I would just have to go with it, because guess what? It's make believe. Literally, you can decide everyone's chicken skinned. Like everyone today now has dicks on the flaps of their chins, and you'd have to accept it because that's my imagination. Leave me alone. Sorry.
You know what's funny about like the racist in the nerd community? Like they'll be mad about a character not being white when the character in the book is described as black, but like, Tolkien died in like the 1800s. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was described as black, but like there was no movie. When did Tolkien die?
Neil Gaiman, to tie this together, Neil Gaiman, the writer for Sandman, was a friend of Tolkien. He actually did get to know him.
73.
Exactly. So he got to know this is not somebody who died in obscurity in the fucking 20s. This is somebody who died well within the movements of civil rights and seeing people change and wanting to include people.
First of all
around. Okay, you fucking racist pieces of shit.
He wrote The Hobbit in 1937. Like, he did not die with all his facilities.
He died in the 70s. He's still like it doesn't matter. I don't understand why does the nerd community lend itself to so many fucking incels? Is it just because like they're naturally shut in and they're reading all these things and then they don't want to go out and interact with human beings? Because like I can't understand it. This goes nerd rage. Nerd rage is where I'm gonna scream.
I can very much explain it to you, right? So let's say you're a racist that is into sports, right? Most of these people, sports are dominated by black people, right? So minus hockey, but
this sports, bro. I'm talking about like nerd shit. Like I'm talking about. We're talking about.
Let me flesh out the point.
Dwarves and elves being upsetted.
Yes, I know. Let me flesh out the point, my bro. Because the racists who are into sports are able to compartmentalize their racism to enjoy sports. The nerds do not have to compartmentalize their racism because they are reading books. So when the passage says, a dark elf, they don't even have to imagine it's black. They can just go, oh, it's just clearly an elf.
It's a tan.
You know what I mean? Yeah. They don't have to like
an elf that's blue.
That's why you have. That's why you have so many people who are like, I'm not racist. I love LeBron James. Like, no, you're still racist, but you don't believe I should have rights. You just like this nigger playing ball. Whereas the nerd doesn't have to like
the nigger playing ball.
Yeah, he doesn't have to like the nigger playing ball. He can go, oh, well, he said in this passage that this character is dark skinned, but clearly he just meant Italian.
There are no niggers.
He meant swarthy, like something. No, listen. I think that's what bothers me is it's like the Bible. Obviously,
Yeah, the Bible,
you're right.
dude. Like Jesus has hair of wool and was like dark skinned and lived in the Middle East, but people are like, no, he was definitely white. This is it's
he
the
was
same
definitely blue eyed. He's Polish, guys. He came here from Poland, obviously. He's Albanian. No, it makes you like really upset because like being the fact that I do enjoy these source materials and I love them so much that the fandoms and the communities are so fucking garbage. Like Star Wars, garbage fandom. Marvel, comic, DC, all garbage fandoms. Like they're just like the worst of the worst human beings. Like literally, you had and if you guys haven't seen this, I've been watching She-Hulk, and what's been in the news circuit, and it keeps getting pushed to me because obviously it bothers me, so I watch it more, and the algorithm has figured me out what to get the most rise out of me, and it's nonstop people bashing like a scene with She-Hulk and Megan Thee Stallion like twerking, which like why can't we all talk about how we collectively got horny at the same time instead of like just yelling into this discourse of how it's just unrealistic. What's unrealistic about the 7 foot tall green woman with a really healthy sexual appetite? What's really confusing here? Like you don't think she would be? I would totally. Maybe I'm just out of my depth. That's where I'm at.
Oh.
It's just the racism, bro. Like listen, I'm all for people being racist, honestly, because I think the racists should separate. I've said this many times. The races should not mix, both socially and romantically. We should all just separate and have our little islands. And that is why I love Tolkien, because the elves live where the elves live, the dwarves live where the dwarves live, the Harfoots live where the Harfoots lives, and they're all just fucking separate and never fucking speak. There was a point.
And what do you think they do all the time? And what do you think they do all the time? Nonstop.
Fight?
They fight.
What's that?
They're at nonstop war. There's always somebody like, listen, not that we're any better in a world where there's like not always fighting. Like we're pretty much always fighting, right? Like there's always a war somewhere in the world. But like at the same time, actually, you know, it's a perfect reflection of the earth today. Like it's just like some people are subjugated, some aren't, and it depends on who has the upper hand.
Well, here's
at the
the
moment.
thing, and I'm not like an expert on
power.
I'm not an expert on the Tolkien universe, but they don't really fight. They just don't get along, but they don't get along from a distance, which is fantastic. I would love to not get along with white people. I'm like, there are people who are friends. Also, I don't know the whole Tolkien universe, but in the Tolkien universe, elves are immortal, so you can't really fight them. Like they don't die. So I don't know how you would win that fight. They live forever.
The elves aren't immortal. There would be no danger then. No, they're not immortal. They're just like harder to kill.
Look it up.
Like
no, I mean like you can kill them, but like they don't age. They like if you don't stab an elf to death, they will live forever.
Oh, well, that's not immortal. That's just the benefit of longevity, like longevity.
That's just good skincare, good elven skincare.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about looking at elves like in any context because they always feel way whiter than everyone else.
Yes.
Yeah, they're very pale.
Be honest with that.
Spoiler alert: there is a part of the show where one of the dwarves is mad at an elf because the elf didn't. They were friends, but the elf didn't see him for 20 years, and in elf time, like that's no time at all. And then the dwarf was like, "Nigga, I had a whole fucking family. Like, where were you? You wasn't at my wedding." He's like, "My bad, dog. Like, I didn't. Sorry, I got caught up in my immortal elf shit. I wasn't thinking, bro.
I was in my elf bag. It's just like." Which kind of sounds like a Keebler elf. So
dude, I don't know why you saying
I made
that.
them a lot better in my head.
You saying that it just made me picture the Take Care cover with Drake, but he has elf ears. I'm in my elf bag, bro.
All right. Would you get elf ears?
I have tried to fuck somebody wearing elf ears.
Would you get?
I would get elf ears.
Okay.
I tried to get my elves pointed. The body, when the body mod thing was popular, I was gonna get my ears pointed, and I was like, I don't want to do that. I still might though. Who knows?
Please don't. Let's not. Can we can just get you like little ones that are silicone that go right over your ear, and you can feel nice. You don't have to.
Why can't I point my ears, bro?
It's a little. Listen, man. You know, I don't know how I'm gonna talk to you like. I don't know how we could ever have a serious conversation ever again. Like with like you just having elf ears, like that's just your thing. Like now that's listen, I've already accepted Sasha as the next thing in your discovery review. Let's not add elf ears like within 6 months. Let's give it like a year or two, sit on it, think about it, pray upon it.
Let me breathe a little bit.
Listen. Elf ears is hard because it's either one or two things are gonna happen, right? It's either people are gonna see it and go, does that nigga have elf ears? That's weird. Or that nigga must have got shot in his head and both ears and just barely missed life. He's blessed. Assalamu alaikum, my brother. So either way, I win.
I don't know. This is the weirdest thing because we're gonna end up at the season finale, at the final episode, with Sasha getting pegged with elf ears on, and what else? Drizzy probably rimming him, or giving him
my
the
dream
old...
life.
Like that's where we end. Like at episode 1000, like it's done. National Meat Treasures. Like we're booking up. We're done, and then it's just you at the end getting pegged in your elf ears, and Drizzy giving you the old Drizzler. Drizzler?
That
you think you call that? Hold on, the Drizzler sounds like a Riddler like knockoff, and that's really disgusting because then he just goes around. It's the Drizzler from the 6. Like, ah.
The Drizzler.
It's the Drizzler from the 6. Yes, I will retire from this podcast when it not only reaches Drake but arouses him.
Arouses. Yeah, Drake is definitely Drake is like cryogenically frozen his body at this point. The person that we're seeing is just one of those body doubles. So I think you need to get yourself used to the fact that you might never meet Drizzy in real life unless we get to that like mega echelon where it gets into his headspace, and we get to he gets to resurrect your body from millions of years into the future, and then
with his mouth
right away. And what was it? Madonna playing in the background for you?
Yes, Madonna playing in the background. Also, funny story about Tolkien I wanted to share. So, all right, peep. I don't know if I ever told you guys this, but so I'm into a little bit of nerdy shit here and there, right? But I had a cousin, have a cousin. I haven't spoken
there.
To him,
you fucking weirdo nerd.
Let me tell you how I got into this stuff, right? So I have a cousin. His name is RC. Richard Clyde. If you're out there, let me know where you're at in the world. But when we were 14, he got really into nerd shit. He was into Final Fantasy, and he was deeper. Like he had read Tolkien, all of it, and those books are thick. He had read all the Lord of the Rings books. He was really into Final Fantasy. He played Magic the Gathering. He's about a month younger than me. And he got me into all that stuff, right? When we were 14. Now he's not like my biological cousin. He is my mom's like friends from high school's son. And I remember that like every few months I would like visit him, or we would go out there, spend the weekend, whatever. Lived in Jersey. This nigga would get more and more street every single time I saw him. He went from,
I love it.
So the progression, the last time I heard about him, he was in jail for selling crack. But like it very much progressed. It was like 1 week, like 1 month we went there, and my aunt was pissed at him because he stole her camera and like snuck into a strip club with a fake ID and was recording in the strip club. Every time we went over there, he tried to get me to sneak out to go to the hood and get no hose, like just to be out there watching his friends get their hair braided. I guess like he quickly abandoned his nerdiness and came to the streets, which was fucking hilarious to me because he's from the suburbs of Jersey. Like he's not from the street at all. Like he went to like a private school. Like, but he wanted to be. So
he's like Carlton in that episode.
No, he's better
like
than
Carlton in that episode
because he actually achieves though. He goes in there and he achieves.
But let's give Carlton the benefit of the doubt. He did like figure out a marketing strategy.
Oh yeah, no, Carlton was gonna eat the hood up. He was gonna make bands. He was gonna make plays.
He's really good. Can you imagine if he was let loose? He really would have been like, it would have been 100% his entire, like the whole block, all of that part of Southern California would have been his in like no time.
Yeah.
Like the way he came, what was he like 19?
No,
18
Philly.
Maybe?
It was when they went out to Philly. No, it wasn't.
Was it
LA.
Philly? No, it was LA.
Yeah, because they were saying MacArthur Park. Yeah,
it's MacArthur Park. And like that's the worst. It's even. I think it's a little more. The stakes are higher at that point. Not that Philly didn't have the kind of shaking and moving of the days, but it was a little different. It was they were moving different. So Carlton definitely out up ahead.
That'd be a great spinoff. Also, did they cancel that Fresh Prince show, or is this no one watching Peacock?
I don't think they canceled it. I think they're making it still. That was really good. I thought it was good.
I mean, I watched one episode. It was really good, but I didn't want to pay for Peacock to continue. So did everyone just have the same thought logic?
I know. Think it was I've heard of $5. Some people do fuck with Peacock. Some people do fuck with Peacock. Apparently, there's. I
fuck with Peacock quite hard. There is. You know what it is? There's a lot of movies.
You can fuck with Peacock. You can fuck with Peacock, but like some of it's free and some of it's not. So who's fucking with paid Peacock?
Yeah, no, that's what I meant. Paid
$4.99. Like $4.99 for paid Peacock. I get to watch WWE. Yeah. All the live events that they put on, and then everything you can imagine.
No free promo.
All right.
Sorry.
This is how
I thought it was like $16.99 a month or something like that.
Yeah, no, I thought it was $4.99. More expensive. This is how I knew though. It was.
You can get them all with ads for $4.
I heard an older, conservative, Staten Island Italian man talking about he got Peacock and it was great for this and that. And once I heard that, I knew
he was going to give us his beat on Bel Air. I was like, I'm sure he's the marketing. He's the group they were targeting the entire time. Middle-aged Staten Island Italian man. No.
Once I heard he was on Peacock, I knew it was up. I knew they had captured a good. If you could convince old people to
Coco Jones
try something new, oh yeah, you got something. Because people hate change, especially old people. And I can't blame them.
No, they do.
Yeah, I don't fuck with streaming. I think I fuck with Amazon Prime a little bit the hardest. I have like the Hulu Amazon with my Prime. Like
it's crazy.
I have Hulu with my phone, but it still comes with ads, and I can't do ads, bro. I hate them. I pay for YouTube. We've gone over this. I don't want to see ads anywhere. I'm about to just cancel that fucking Hulu shit.
I don't mind the ads. You know, the ads are where they are.
Because I don't get them TV.
Everywhere. I don't get them everywhere. That's the thing. There's certain things. So like maybe my Hulu gets more ads than everything else, but for some reason I'm able to like kind of subvert them for the most part. So I don't really. Also, I watch things that don't have ads. So
do you know what? You know what's nails on a fucking chalkboard to me? When you're watching something and the ad is like 10 times louder than the fucking program you're watching, it makes me want to just it makes me want to find the maker of whatever product like is on this ad, like Zyrtec. I would want to murder every single person who works at Zyrtec, from the fucking warehouse guy who puts it on a truck to the fucking CEO. I just want to kill them all because I've heard too many loud ass Zyrtec ads, and I don't have fucking allergies, which pisses me off even more, bro. Like, can I connect my medical history to the Hulu so at least you show me some fucking relevant fucking ads? If they're gonna be loud fucking ads, make it something fucking relevant, like fucking new condoms or some shit. I hate them so much. God, I'm sorry.
Okay, chill out a little bit. You just got really so like hulked out.
It's so funny because like here's my thing right now. I'm at peace, right? I'm going on vacation soon. I'm doing well at my job. I really like my life right now. But the things I don't like, they scratch that wolf in me, that dog in me. You know what I mean? Like I used to have I used to have a terrible anger problem, and I don't have it anymore. But the little things that activate it way too much. I should not be this angry about fucking Zyrtec. But people with allergies should also be dead, because why are you here? Live like the Spartans.
Hold on.
Listen. No, sorry. You don't deserve.
I think I've seen you with allergies.
I'm not allergic to anything. Not at all.
How?
I'm not allergic to anything. Listen,
not even a little pollen?
I did not know people were allergic to pollen. You know how unallergic to pollen I am? In my last apartment, I had a tree in my like backyard kind of thing, and it was right over my car. So the first year I lived there, I parked like in the driveway in the spring, and I was like, what's this yellow shit on my car? Like I was literally confused. I have never like acknowledged pollen ever in my life. And this was how old was I at that apartment? Like 29. I was like, what is this? What is this yellow shit in my car? Is this like tiny leaves? And my roommate was like, that's pollen. And I was like, oh, never. This is what's killing people. They should die then. If this fuzzy yellow shit is fucking taking you out, just die.
Hold on.
Just get off the mortal coil.
What kind of existence do you live? What kind of existence do you live?
I have said like so many times, I love eugenics, 30 bro.
Something. Age 30 something, you finally see pollen. How have you never seen pollen?
Because I don't.
You lived in nice places. Like there was trees. You can't say you've never seen pollen.
Well, listen. There's the light. Pollen is light colored, and I have a black car. So when it's covering my car is when I acknowledge it. When it's on the street, I mean, I'm assuming I've seen it on the street, right? But on the street, it's on a gray sidewalk, which is a little lighter. And also, I'm assuming because it's on the floor, it's like debris or like tiny leaves shredded up. I don't really think about what pollen is. The only time I've seen pollen, and I've known
that it's tiny. It's sometimes it literally could just go anywhere without you doing anything, and it could just make you sneeze. That's the extent for death. Like that's it. Like
if it's making you, yes. I fully believe we should kill the weak. All right. Shout out to me being ableist.
I imagine.
Listen, I'm very progressive. Your Earth. I'm very ableist on this podcast. Let's go. Let's live like the Spartans and kill the weak. And we
didn't just kill the weak. You realize that they didn't just kill the weak, right? Like it wasn't just like like stab. Like it's if you can't fight these wolves off, you piece of shit, you don't deserve to come out.
Oh no. I've said this on this podcast before. They did more than that. If you were a baby and you were born too light, they would throw you off a cliff. Hell fucking yeah. You think I want to be alive and be 5'7"? Fuck no. I'm 6 feet tall. It's beautiful up here. It's amazing. That's why I don't have pollen, because it's falling to the floor and I'm too high for it to hit me, baby. This is good. Now listen, there's a couple people in my bloodline. I come from good stock. Y'all don't know what it's like to come from good genetics. And my genetics are like 8 out of 10. If I came from like some 10 out of 10 genetics.
Why did you get that genetics?
Because my mother likes to fuck drug dealers and she is mentally ill. My mother fucked someone hot and tall who didn't have all his facilities. My mother didn't have all her facilities. And now here I am having to heal and go to therapy. That's stupid. What's that TikTok song? Is this camera on me? That's stupid. All right. I should have been 6'5" and a football player, but no, I had to be a goth fucking weirdo and had to grow out of it over the course of 20 years. I could have been a perfect human being. Instead, I'm just an 8 out of 10. No, I'm a 7 because if you count my finances because of my life struggles. But I could have been a solid on the beam 10 out of 10. Like, bro, you don't understand. I listen to a lot of podcasts with women talking about sex, and the amount, like when they talk about these sex stories, I'm just like, what kind of nigga do I have to be to get next to these bitches, bro? This one girl from the podcast Cocktails, who I hope to have on here one day. They're like 350 episodes in. And she was telling a story about how she went to a work retreat and, it was her, a bunch of her female coworkers, and like this one guy that she just couldn't keep her hands off of. Now, I know this is a 6-figure lady, right? So this dude got to be 6 figures. And I know this girl likes hot niggas. So this nigga had to be hot. And the fact that like she was like in the jacuzzi with this nigga at this work retreat and was piped up off the liquor and just started sucking this nigga's dick. And wait, here's the cherry on top, right? Not only did she start sucking this nigga's dick, her homegirl's watching, her coworker, whatever, and she's like, I know you want to suck this dick too. They both started sucking the dick. How good do I have to look to live that life? What do I have to do to live that life? I will get all the surgeries. I will get all the steroids. I will do all the work. Why do you think I don't watch TV, bro?
Get a BBL.
I will get a BBL if that's what it takes. Why do you think I don't watch TV? I put out clips
today.
I put out clips for this podcast. I'm about to start tagging her in our clips, bro.
Hold on. Cash app. Let's get Sasha a BBL.
Listen, ladies. If you listen to Cocktails, tag Kiki from the Cocktails podcast on all my clips. I need that little light-skinned whore. Also, while you're at it, tag Wheezy from Horrible Stories. I need that little light-skinned whore. I need them in my life. Okay? And that's all this podcast. Listen, this podcast, you guys are just an accessory for me to meet my sexual goals.
You've gone off the horny rails. We have to kind of we got to bring you back, bro. Like just hold on. Like let's put down the Barracuda. The Barracuda.
I have been drinking too much. I have been drinking on this podcast.
The Barracuda has definitely gotten into the system because you just went off the rails.
Listen,
I'm gonna bring it back.
To all my girlfriends listening to this, I didn't mean none of what I just said in the last 5 minutes. It's just content. It's just content.
It's just a very
by all of my girlfriends, I mean one, maybe two, whatever. This is just all content, babe. I'm just entertaining the people. Don't listen to this. Don't listen to me. I don't love horrors. I love you, my favorite horror. Whoever's listening to this.
Don't look over there. Look at me. Look at me. Don't look over there.
But yeah, kill the week. If you're allergic to peanut butter, like you should be dead. What peanut butter is delicious, by the way.
Calm down. Peanut butter is delicious. It deserves to be everywhere.
You know what though? I do have qualms with. You know what I do have qualms with as a somebody in the relatively bodybuilder space.
Almond butter.
The price of almond butter is so good and so expensive, dude. It's like $10 dude.
What did I do? How did I jump into your brain and pull out the answer?
You don't even lift weights, bro. Like you're just in my mind. You're just here.
Yeah, I just knew it. I knew it was going there.
It's a very popular bodybuilding food because it's got like the great omega-3s and it's like it's higher in protein than peanut butter.
Of course.
I bought some recently because I had a nice play. I had a nice play at the club, so I made a little money this weekend. So I decided to splurge a little bit on some $10 butters. But that jar is half gone already.
Trying different butters. That's something when you hit 30. You just try different butters. You just go, whoa.
What the most underrated butter of all time is? I'm gonna blow your fucking mind. The most underrated butter. No. Apple butter, dude. I don't even know what they call it butter. It's kind of jelly.
Right.
But it's amazing. Oh my God. I saw a jar this weekend. I was going to buy it, but I was like, this is just basically jelly. I already have jelly in the fridge.
Fire. You know what's fire? Okay. Speaking of, we're coming up on the fall season. It is episode 98. It looks like we're going to hit our stride right after the fall. And I want to say I'm excited for one thing personally. And that is not pumpkin spice lattes. But you remember those pepper jellies from like Harry and David or like those stores like that? You know what I'm talking about?
You just said mad mix it with pepper jellies from Harry and David. All right, I'm going to Google this because that was a lot of weird words.
Okay, so they would mix it with cream cheese and that shit was bonkers.
Whatever. I have to see a picture of whatever you're saying.
I'll say
because it sounds insane.
Whoever came up with this deserves a prize.
Harry and David
for the people who don't know.
Harry and David is the company.
So I'm not looking at Harry and David. I'm just looking at pepper jelly and cream cheese. This is a Google thing. Apparently, this is jelly made with red peppers. My palate cannot figure that out right now. Let me think about that real quick.
It's sweet heat. And then the cream comes in there so you could spread it easily on things. Toasted breads or maybe a pita. Oof,
now,
pita?
My palate can't make sense of this, but is this a fall thing? I thought niggas was gonna talk about pumpkin spice. Like this does not seem like a fall food. Like this is seeming very. I don't know if it does,
but I think it's because you know what. And here's where my brain might be making these connections, right? So my parents would always take me to the Tanger outlets over in Riverhead, Long Island. And that would always be right before, shout out to the outlets. And that would be right before school, right? Because that's school shopping. And I think I would always have the pepper jelly with the cream cheese because the ladies were really nice in there and they'd like let you, eat as many as you want. Because, you're out with your parents and they're just buying shit all day and you're tagging along. You're going to eat something. And that pepper jelly was always around that time. I think that's where my brain connects it. It is a fire thing. Harry and David, shout out to you. That's free promo. I want them to big ups come back to life. I don't know if they're still out there. Are they still open?
You know what I'm excited for this fall? What I'm excited about this fall, combating my seasonal depression. That's always fun. I fucking hate wearing clothing. So I've been out of the gym for the last few weeks. I've just been jogging outside for my cardio, my exercise because it's getting cold, folks. It's hitting the 60s in the daytime when the sun's at its peak. I worked from home today, and usually I'm sweating in this apartment with no AC on. Today, AC was not on. Did not sweat a drop, and I shed a tear because of it. My body needed the moisture, apparently. I fucking hate the fall. Fuck fall. Fuck winter. You know what it is? I told my kid this. I was like, listen, kid.
Fall?
My kids. I told my kid I don't like spring and fall. She asked me why. I said to her, listen, kid. Summer is all about fun, right? It's hot. You're not wearing no clothes. you can do whatever you fucking want outside. Like, you get all this vitamin D. We're black, kid. We get our energy from the sun, right? The winter, I don't like it, but I fucking respect it, because you know what? You got to respect the winter, because it's gonna beat your ass. You don't respect the winter, you don't get your fucking you don't get new tires. You're gonna fucking slide on the road. You don't fucking get your heaters. You're gonna fucking freeze your ass off. You gotta respect the winter. You don't fucking buy some hoodies and some sweats, bundle up. You're gonna have a bad time. You gotta fucking respect the winter. But fucking spring and fucking fall are just straight bullshit, okay, man? Because fucking fall, first of all, fall is the season of death, my friend. It is the season that brings in death and depression and the end of the good times of summer. And spring don't know what the fuck it wants to do. I don't revel in death.
We fuck under the moonlight.
Shh, nigga, no, I can see the moon.
We want to fuck the anti-life equation. We want it.
Nah, fuck the moon.
Oh, outside.
Fuck the solstice. And then spring don't know what the fuck it wants. Spring is like, oh, I'm going to be 75 degrees at noon and 30 at night. And then I'm going to rain 7 days out of the week, 1 week, and then not for 2 months. You know what I mean? Like, spring is on bullshit. Spring is on its period. Spring is Earth being its period. It has no idea what it's doing. The spring is Earth PMSing. You know what? It's
that's when the Earth's the freakiest. Hold on, that's when the Earth's the freakiest. So why are we? So if we come on, we can't. So what? She's on her period, bro. It's okay. Let the waves roll in. I know a lot of people in Middle America who like the red tides.
I mean, I have no problem, period, fucking, but I have problem with this fucking rain. That's what I have a problem with. So fuck fall. I'm just gonna not go to the gym for the next month or so until I can go outside sleeveless and it be cold. So I'm just gonna like revel in the little bit of sunlight we have left, a little bit of daylight we have left, because the Congress. I think we talked about this like 50 episodes ago, that they were talking about changing daylight savings. Government's moving slow. Y'all giving these niggas who went to college money back, but not changing the fucking clocks, bro. Like, what are you doing, bro? I didn't go to college. That shit don't affect me, bro. That's why I have a podcast, so I can talk my shit.
I say,
because I want to speak my uneducated opinions into the ether. I should get some money. Pay me.
Could we get that arranged? I feel like
what's fucked up too. You know what's fucked up too? I went to college for like a semester in my 30s, and I didn't take out a loan. I paid it cash. If I would have taken out a loan, I would have just had my little $3,000 back for my 2 semesters of community college, and I would have fucking got my fucking ribs tattooed. But no, I had to fucking go, I'm gonna pull it out of my savings and pay for this up front, like a fucking moron.
You should have done it. That's a free one from the National Meat Treasure. Take out the loan, default on it, never pay it back.
You know what? I'll give you a free one I'll give you a free one from the National Meat Treasure. I'll look right into the camera. You're going to die one day. Your savings will mean nothing. You have no beneficiaries. No one will love you. You're not going to have kids to give this money to. Just spend it and then fucking die.
Nah, come on, bro.
On that note, I'm going on vacation this month.
You could be flying. Are you flying? Are you flying out? Where are you going? Can you reveal what part of the country you're going to?
Yes, I'm taking a trip to the Dominican Republic at the last week of September.
That's right.
First time out of the country besides Canada. So first time off the continent.
So let's be real here. This might be your last time that you're on camera, because if you go to the Dominican Republic during hurricane season, on top of it all, we might I don't know, you might be windswept. We might have to go on.
Hurricane season.
How do we? It's like now. What are you talking about?
My bad. I had to step off. Let me Google this. I'm pretty sure I Googled this before I left, but hurricane season in Mexico was in September, because I was gonna go to Mexico instead because it's cheaper. But I think DR is like not been. Let's see, hurricane season, DR.
Yeah, bro. Like right now, till like the 30th of November.
Well, we'll figure it out. That's when is hurricane season in Dominican Republic 2022? The hurricane season begins on June 1st and ends on. You know what? We'll be fine. We'll be fine. I'll be at a worst case scenario. I'm taking it. I'm moving my trip to November. Worst case scenario. Or you know what? I'm going to the hurricanes because you know what? Let's talk about it. Because
how would you end? Hold on. Before we get to I got to stop you. I got to hear it. I got to hear the answer. What would be the last thing? Okay, if the hurricane hits you right now, what would be the last thing you would be doing? Would you just like, if you knew you couldn't escape it, like there was no way you could get out of the way, no vehicles, no animals, just foot. Would you try to run? Would you try to do something else? And then
is this like so are we saying like a hurricane in Detroit right now that's going to kill me? Like is this the end? Is this a life-ending hurricane?
This is the end. This is the end. There is no app. You will not make it out. Like you can't, like you can try to run because you think you can, but it really will always get you and you will die. Will die.
So hurricanes come to Detroit. It will kill me. Well, first of all, I mean, I don't think hurricane death is really a thing anymore if you have a basement. So I think I'll just go to a basement. So I'm just going to a basement, dude. Like, it's not that deep.
I think it's the opposite. I think you're supposed to do the opposite during a hurricane, bro. You do not go to a basement. You will drown.
You gotta go to higher ground.
Let me look this up.
Nigga! It's water.
I like how wind. Casual.
Hurricane is wind and water. Yeah.
Hurricane is
a
wind
tornado
and water.
is only wind. A monsoon is only water, but a hurricane is wind and water.
Okay, yeah, I understand that, but the wind,
like a lot of water. A lot of water. You gotta go up. You gotta go up.
Hold on.
You gotta go.
Hold on. Wait. Let's read what Google says, right? Listen, what Google says: stay inside and keep warm, away from all windows, skylights, and glass doors. Go to a safe area such as an interior room, closet, or downstairs bathroom. That could be a basement bathroom. Never go outside the protection of your home or shelter before there is confirmation that the storm has passed. All right, and there's one more. Let's see.
He's trying so hard to prove this wrong.
Should you hide in a basement during a hurricane? And the answer is on Google. No matter what precautions you take, do not remain in a room that has windows or glass doors or has objects that can become airborne. Create a self-shelter. A windowless interior area on the middle floor will provide the best shelter. All right. So I don't think a hurricane is a bad decision. A basement is a bad decision here.
The thing is with hurricanes, right? It's not just the wind. With hurricanes comes flooding most of the time.
All right. One more from Google.
When there's flooding, can't be in a basement.
You're really trying to argue
says,
like
if your basement is not a threat to flood, then this is the safest place for you and your family. Now, my basement in my building definitely is not safe in flood because it's got like an entrance to the outside. But I'll find somebody's basement. I'll go to the Dollar Tree's basement over here, and we'll live it up. They probably got a fucking cool basement.
Wow, can you imagine
one of these stores on the strip right here? I'll go to fucking the Urban Soul, the soul food place right here. Go to Urban Soul's basement. They're fucking probably waterproof.
You know, where could you hide out in an apocalypse and you'd probably be better off than other places?
You know what's hilarious though? Like if a hurricane hit my apartment, like in my sleep, I'm definitely dead. Half my apartment is windows. like I would if a hurricane hit at like 1 a.m. to 9
get in the closet,
p.m. I'm just gonna die. I'm just gonna wake up to shards of glass in my face. Yes, I do.
So then you hide in the walk-in closet?
Yeah. Well, I mean, a hurricane's not gonna last like 10 hours.
It's a walk-in closet, but it's also on the 6th floor. So like. And so here's the thing about my building. I don't know architecture. So I'm assuming the structural foundation of my building is not the windows, but all the apartments in my building have like half of it is windows. So like if you look at my building from the outside, it's just a big box of windows.
Right.
Okay. So I could in theory hide in my walk-in closet, but I don't know how. Well, no, I don't think this glass is holding up the building. So this would be a very cold building to live in if all the windows got smashed. This is not a very hurricane-proof building, but also this is Detroit. There's not really too many hurricanes.
I don't get hurricanes.
Exactly. Yeah. There's not a big threat.
Oh, can I tell you guys? Fucking, let me tell you. I think these windows are all right because there was a storm here last week, and I saw the storm from my apartment. Like it was just crazy rain. You know, the rain was like spinning. It was wind, and it lasted all of 30 minutes. Right. So I was gonna go to the gym. I saw the rain, and I was like, I'll wait it out. Right. So I go outside, and I go outside, and I see that like. So no, sorry, it's still like raining a little bit. So I go to like the little fitness center in my apartment. There's two. There's one in this building and one in the other. And I go to the fitness center and they're like, "Oh, you can't go in there because one of the windows got smashed in the storm." I was like, "Oh, that's fucking Murphy's Law." Like, damn, like that little 30 minutes of rain smashed the window. I was like, all right, whatever. I'll go to the one in the other building. Go to the one in the other building. Yeah, sorry, window got smashed. You can't. I was like, in both buildings? Like, damn, that's crazy. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go for a run. So as I'm about to go for a run, my homegirl calls me. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna talk to her for a little bit because you know she just had a big win. She was just on TV, just on CBS, and just shut down the Toy Awards. Shout out to my homegirl Elisa.
Hey,
but she calls me, so I'm like just walking around the neighborhood on the phone with her, and I'm like, why the fuck are all these trees knocked down? And I was like, was the storm that crazy? Like I looked out the window, I was like, oh, it's raining, and I sat on my phone, and then apparently there was a bunch of down trees. Thankfully, none of them hit my car. But
damn.
And they got 3 cars behind me. A tree fell in his fucking car. There was there's a tree down like right here. And if I would have been looking at it when it happened, I could have saw it. Like the tree is like right out this window. And they knocked down the boxes that hold the fucking, you ever see those boxes where they're like, oh, deposit your old clothes here. Those boxes? Yeah. Those were knocked down. And I saw like where the tree is that knocked down like in front of my building. You could see like on the road, apparently like, so what happens is there's the street, there's the sidewalk, and then there's like a grass median, right? So I guess the tree fell down and somebody had to have been driving as it was falling down. So you could just see these tire tracks like in the grass median. And I was like,
oh shit.
Why? This was only a 30-minute storm, but luckily Detroit only doesn't get, DR level hurricanes. And you know what? If it does get a hurricane when I'm out there, I'm just gonna walk around barefoot in the rain because I'm at a fucking resort. Who cares? Listen, have you ever had it rain on vacation?
You have a lot of balls, bro. It's not just the little rain. I can tell you've never paid attention to any storm. Like it's not just a little bit of rain.
The pollen can't kill me, the peanut butter can't kill me, and the storms can't kill me. Knock on wood.
You think a hurricane won't? Well, I think it will.
Right the fuck now.
If I was in Thailand, I'd be scared. If I was in Thailand, I'd be scared. But DR, not so much.
Christian, bring me back some peanut butter.
I'm coming. Bringing it back.
Are you allergic to peanut butter?
No, I want some right now, and I have some in my pantry.
Do you have peanut butter? Do you have any allergies, Joe?
I do not.
Because you're black, baby. You're a strong black king.
Yeah, I do not have any allergies.
Do black people have allergies? I don't know any black people who do.
I know black people who have allergies, like the environmental allergies. I know a lot of black people with allergies.
I know a lot of black people who are allergic to like, maybe not like allergic, but definitely have like a reaction to cigarette smoke, which is weird because Newports are branded for us. But I don't think I know any black people who have allergies to pollen. You know what? Do I have a dog allergy? No. I'm gonna save that story for Patreon, but I don't have. I thought I had a dog allergy, but I do.
Is this where you butt fuck a dog? Is that what you're telling me? Like, is that what you're holding back for the Patreon? Like you just went, hold on, and you look like you had a thought, like a really hot thought.
Absolutely not.
There was a weird thought going there, and you're not gonna vibe with me on that. So I'm just gonna save that one for Patreon because it's a weird thought. I did not fuck a dog, but I thought I had a dog allergy once because of a certain situation I was in that may or may not have been sexual in nature. But no, I did not fuck a dog. I did not have sexual activity with that bull terrier or whatever the fuck it was.
Look at you, just already denying your bestiality.
Also, listen, as a person who hates dogs, you kind of also should die if you have dog allergies, because I heard a rumor that dogs are the reason we evolved. So the rumor that I heard was that, so there's a couple of reasons that humans are the way we are, right? One of the biggest reason is that, fun fact, and this is why I hate people who don't exercise, because humans actually have like the longest running endurance of any creature living. We can run for longer than anything that lives. So that's how we grew. Our brains were able to use the amino acids from meat that we were hunting for days to evolve, because we can basically outchase anything. Like, shit is faster than us, but we can, get a little jog in and tire out that cheetah over a couple of days, or whatever, woolly mammoth, whatever the fuck, right? That's one reason we evolved. Now I heard
woolly mammoth.
So between that and eating meat, we evolved. But there's also a third reason that I heard. And the third reason is that wolves, or like whatever primitive creature that wolves were before humans, we bonded, basically. We bonded with the weaker wolves.
Before dogs.
Wolves that, before dogs. Well, obviously everything's before dogs. Dogs are relatively new in human history. We bred them. But there were wolves, basically, that were weak wolves, right? They didn't want to be a part of the pack. They didn't want to hunt. And humans would just feed them. So they said, all right, well, if you're going to feed me, I'm going to protect you. So we would sleep, and in that finally getting 8 hours of sleep, because a large dog-like creature was protecting us, our brains over millions of years were able to evolve. Now, I have no idea if that's true or not. That's just something I heard. It might have been from Neil deGrasse Tyson, or maybe some pundit on the internet. But like, if you're allergic to dogs, like, I don't like dogs because fuck them, we don't need them anymore. But
yes,
if you're allergic to dogs, then you should also die. So like, yes, this is an ableist podcast, and I'm speaking for my co-host as well. If you are not over 6 feet, you should be killed. And if you're
I'm gonna be dead. I'm gonna be dead. So I'm part of the supremacy. Like, I don't think I'm
here, bro.
You're the only one speaking for us. You're not even 6 feet, are you? Aren't you like 5'11" 3/4 or something?
I am 6. All right, so here's my issue, right? Here's my
6
issue.
feet with a lungs.
Listen. I'm gonna tell you.
6 feet with a butter.
So for those who are not watching the YouTube, head over to the YouTube right now, because I'm going to show you something. Right now, technically speaking, I am 6 feet. But if you look at my face, look at how low my eyes are, how tall my forehead is, and thusly how tall my head is, right? So really, my eyes, if you have a short head and you're 5'8", we're eye to eye. But because I have so much head, I'm actually 6 feet tall. So and also there's an illusion where I have a short torso and very long legs. So I am actually 6 feet, but there's an illusory kind of method to where I actually
what the fuck are you talking about?
Where I'm able to be 6 feet. So like, yes, I am
Chris
6
Angel
feet tall.
over here.
Ladies, does this count?
Like Chris Angel.
So yes, it's really just David Blaine magic making you think I'm actually tall when I'm not. This is all an optical illusion. So yes, I would survive if you killed all the 6 feet people. But if there's a 6 foot person with higher eyelids than me, then we may have to do combat. We may have to fight. For supremacy.
You vastly, I really like how much you believe in yourself. That's really what it is at the end of the day. You believe in yourself more than anybody else in the world, and that's what powers me up, because I realize. Yeah, no, seriously, you really do think like you're gonna be out there the minute society falls. You're like, I've been waiting for this my entire life. Like, strap up all your your armor that you've created.
I don't believe in myself. I'm just such a failure that I have nothing else to try but going up. You know what I mean? Like, I have been in the lowest of the low positions in life. So I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to do I'm going to try all the greatest things that I don't think I'm capable of accomplishing. And because I've been so low, half those things work out. I'm just like, you know what I mean? It's like, for example, it's like a guy who plays the lottery and wins. He won the lottery because he played 600,000 times, right? He spent thousands upon thousands of dollars on lottery tickets. So yeah, he won the lottery, but really he only won like a quarter of the actual money. That's what I am. I'm just a guy trying weird shit until it works out, because I've been so low before. I'm so desperate and poverty stricken that I'm spending $10 on lottery tickets knowing I'm not going to win. But when I do win, it's like, yeah, I won 500,000 in the lottery, but I've spent 300,000 in lottery tickets. That's really what I'm at. That's really what I'm at right now. But when I say that,
where are you?
I don't.
Where did we get?
I don't.
How did we get here?
Here's the thing. I don't tell people I spent $300,000 in lottery tickets out of every paycheck. You know what I mean? I just say, hey, I won the lottery, so I look better to people. That's where that's where I'm at in this reality. Where am I? I'm deep within this berry tequila, baby.
This berry tequila got you thinking. It's got
me very ableist and very feeling myself. You know what I mean?
Listen,
you know what I should do? I wish I could just sprinkle some pollen in this berry drink and just drink it to shit on all the people with allergies. I've actually seen that somewhere, that like somebody sprinkled like pollen or maybe potpourri or something in a drink as a garnish. And I'm like, that's really disrespectful to drink it in front of somebody.
You know, like even like there's a lot of weird. Well, it's not weird shit. It's like good, how would that be disrespectful? Good tips.
Like if you're lactose intolerant, I can't drink milk in front of you. Nigga, that's not. See, that's
different though. Like the lactose intolerant people, like you have to drink the milk for it to affect you. If I'm just dusting pollen over my fucking cocktail in front of you, like this, to just demonstrate. Like, or imagine if I have like a hot toddy covered in pollen, and I'm just like, oh, it's such a hot drink, and blow it in your face. Like, oh, you're sneezing? Maybe I'll just do a little more, so you just fucking die right here and choke on this pollen drink, and then I'm gonna drink it to demonstrate my supremacy over your corpse.
You have a deep fantasy, man. It is a very deep fantasy. We've been here before.
My fantasy is literally just for all the people to progress, and for us to progress, we have to kill the weak, my friend.
It's very Viltrumite of you.
So we can be top G. I'm saying, nigga, like, bro, you don't understand how many times I see this trope in cartoons and fiction where people kill the weak, and I'm just like, yes, just do that thing. But you know what's funny? Like, if they would have done it like, 1940, 1840. I mean,
they tried.
They did try.
And why did
they really did try?
Tried, actually.
You know what? I was going to say something I was going to say something absolutely out of pocket, and that won't ever be on Patreon. But I'm going to you know what? I'm going to say what I was going to say. I'm going to throw it in the chat just for your reaction. Just for your reaction. I'll tell you right now.
Think Crew Lips is typing, ladies and gentlemen.
Lips is typing.
And so the rule is for you to find out, you got a Cash App, $Trop-J.
You know what?
$10.
Did you just read the message?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, that I think the listeners would guess that one pretty quickly. Also,
I don't think so.
I think they would. Bro, what are you talking about? He's literally He said eugenics.
No. You're right.
Like
You're right.
Hundreds of times.
Listen. Eugenics would be great if black people did it. Like, we just eliminated everyone. Have you ever seen a Nigerian, bro? They all have abs. Have you ever seen a Nigerian from Nigeria? They're all like, bro, I remember. Listen. I'll tell you a story. I used to work at this factory that, what did it do? They made doors. Like, it was just like an assembly line, and they made doors. And then at the end of the line, you would have to put the doors on a pallet and then like move them. These doors were like a few $100 pounds a piece. Like these were not like regular open. These were like fancy suburban like designer doors. And there was this one like, I think it was like Ugandan. And he was a super dark skin, super tall, super lean. And bro, this nigga would throw these pallets of doors. Like he was so inexorably strong. And he didn't go to the gym. Like he was like, yeah, I used to be like a professional boxer like in my country, but like obviously that don't mean shit here in America. And honestly, like I don't really want to get punched in the face for a living. So like I just throw doors. I was gonna try and impersonate his accent, but like I do not have a Ugandan accent. See, already that was terrible. So terrible. He would just throw like these 500-pound pallets around like he was God. And I just looked at him and his 6'7" body, and I was like, I could have been you. I could have been you.
Yo, when you see people with that superhuman strength or like those superhuman abilities, like there was this one kid that had transferred in from, I want to say like West Africa, like maybe like Ghana, and he was awesome. Like literally, he was like 14, and I try to remember. I think it was like his vertical jump was somewhere around like, I don't know what's over, like over a yard. Like it was like just like already at that age. He was like a 130 could deadlift 375 pounds. Like just like weirdly like just powerful and could like you didn't expect it, right? Like you would just look at him like, oh yeah, that kid's gonna be fast for sure, right? He looks like lean and just kind of like his just the way his body like lends to it. And it wasn't just that, he was freakishly like perfect in so many different ways. And I didn't get it, like because like he looked like trying to think of like that. There's this one dude. He has this very round kind of like happy face and just wore this do-rag really tight around his head for no reason. And it's just I hope he's doing okay because that dude was,
you know who's also freakishly powerful and no one gives them this credit, and I should have said this when Little Brown Boys was on. The Mexicans are so genetically strong.
So strong.
So listen, fun fact for you guys. So strength, as a gym nut, strength is actually a function of your nervous system more than it is your actual muscle. So basically what happens is your nervous system allows you to move, move weight, right? But then once you hit a certain point, you have to make your muscles bigger to allow your nervous system to move those things. And like the Mexicans, so when Catholicism was brought to Mexico, or it's like Central and South America, it was it was a teaching in Catholicism that hard work will get you into heaven. That's why you have these Mexicans that are like so hardworking and like generations. Like, dude, fight a Mexican. Fight a 5'5" Mexican. They will beat your fucking. If you see a 5'5" Mexican with like thick forearms, you're not winning that fight, bro. They're fast. They're strong. They've been working for generations. Like they have that strength. They may not look like much, you know what I mean? Because they're
even if you're not,
they're genetically short.
Even if you're winning in those situations where the person's not hitting you back anymore, like they still won't go down. Like it's impossible. Like it's just
they are the dwarves of Middle Earth. Circle back to Lord of the Rings. Like they are the dwarves. Like they're short, but they're very fucking strong, dude, because they have that in their genetic fucking makeup. Like they work hard and they just move shit and build shit. Not to mention the fucking Aztec pyramids, bro. They built that by hand, being 5'5". Like they are a strong, stout people. Don't fucking play with the Mexicans, boy. They will fucking rock your shit, those fools, bro. All right.
They it is a thick.
I'm really here for everyone brown and black. I'm really here. All the brown people aren't here for the black people, but I'm here for everyone brown and black. And I hope one day you're here for us blacks, because you know what? I really do love, like, you don't see this combo on romantically a lot, but like the Indian and black person, or like a Middle Eastern woman, like a Saudi woman and a black man. You don't see that combination a lot, and I wish I saw it more.
Isn't that happening? So
there is actually a movie with Issa Rae. It's a terrible movie, but it's like a rom-com about she's a woman dating I think it's what's that guy who got like weirdly jacked out of nowhere? Kumail
Khanjari. Camille. No, I don't remember. I know you're talking about.
We're gonna fuck up his name so bad. The Eternals. Let's Google his name. The Eternals. Also, you could be very racist if this is the wrong guy.
I could be, but he's the one who got jacked out of nowhere.
Kumail Nanjiani. He's in a movie with Issa Rae. It was a fucking terrible ass movie, but it's a rom-com. And I remember it. You know what? Like that combo would be great, but also over there they have the caste system, and they very much like lighter people. Also, that could be racist because maybe he's not from the place that does the caste system. I don't know how far that extends in in India. Is it just India? I don't know. But we're not historians here on the National Meat Treasure. We're not known a bunch of brown and black people who know nothing. We are just uneducated brown and blacks spitting garbage into the world.
Off the Barraquilla. That's what it is.
Off the Barraquilla. I want to have another glass, but like I really have nothing to do after this. So
that would really be really hard.
Yeah, that'd be a little wild.
You still have work tomorrow. Like you don't need to do that.
I gotta go to the office tomorrow too. Oh my god, I have to get gas tonight too. I don't want to get gas before work. I'm on E, But shout out to working at home. I haven't filled my tank in like, but yeah, like that combo should be way more prevalent. I wish the browns and the blacks would combine. And why do I wish that? Mm-hmm. Because I love eugenics and we are a beautiful, perfect people. And also like we're very colorful. The fuck have you seen like, you know, the Indian garb? Like that shit is very colorful. The little dances they do, you know, like if we combine that with like some Nigerian Afro beat.
So we know about about Jackson Heights. No, but that exists, right? So there's like areas of where there's intersectionalities between like in East India and the West Indies, right? So like what people call like Guyana, and Barbados, Trinidad, Tobago, and all that. You have like Queens has like Richmond Hill, which is like very much like the black community coming right up against the East Indian community, and them having like their own fucking like just style. They have their own type of folks. Like when you describe people who are half black and half Indian, and people who are, you know, all black, and how they just like Richmond Hill's a dope place. Let's get some doubles. Those are good. Get yourself some I don't know what else. Some cocoa bread.
Listen,
cocoa bread is
what we're gonna do, bro, is we're gonna mix, right? We're gonna mix with the Southeast Asians. We're gonna dip our beef patty into some fucking curry, and then we're gonna take out the white man, because that's what really I'm about, right? Rolls. I'm about brown and black unity until it's just one brown and zero white. Shout out to the white listeners.
Shout out to you guys, all three of you left.
You can survive the revolution.
You definitely can if you hang out long enough. You'll learn a tip or two. We'll tell you at least where we're going at the end of it. You hear like, oh, they're at the Baptist church. Like
this is what we'll do, right? We'll take the Baptist. We're burning down the church. That was Christopher Columbus that gave us that. We don't need that. We're burning down all the churches, right? And we're sending, after the revolution, the 9 white people who survived because they listened to this podcast. We're sending them to Southeast Asia. They're gonna get permanently tanned. And if they survive the sun cancer, they will then be brown like the rest of the earth.
They never, bro. Nobody survives.
That's the world I want. That's the world I want. And then the Koreans and I don't really know what they're up to. I guess I can leave them to their own devices. They seem to be doing all right to make a lot.
I don't know, man. South Koreans, they're figuring out shit. They're trying to figure out their own life. Like I don't know.
Have you ever dated like a Korean or an Asian or of any kind of? I don't want to get racist, so I'm going to stop talking. But any of
Taiwanese, yes,
of that descent.
Yes,
How long ago was that?
I grew
up
in Flushing. Yeah, high school, middle school, after high school.
Dude,
yeah,
I gave the worst penis of my life to a Filipino, bro. The worst. Dude, I was. Let me tell you, this girl was Filipino and black stripper. And she was stupendously thick. Like she was like she had that Asianness, but she was brown. Like she was a very beautiful girl. And I remember I went to her. So she lived in, we'll not say where she lives, but she lived somewhere. And I was in that area to see this band, right? So I saw the band and I was like, fuck it, I'm just coming to your house after I see this band. But my stomach was fucked up. And the venue this band played at was like It was the venue. Put it this way: the venue is closed down now. Like it was a shithole. Like the bathroom, the door didn't work, the toilet didn't work. Like it was a terrible venue. So I get to this girl's house with basically like some sort of like I don't know, like stomach flu of some kind, and I'm trying to deliver. Keep in mind, I'm also like 24, 23 at this point. So like I don't even have the capacity to deliver even at 100%. Like I really thinking about sex I had then versus sex I have now. Like I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing for real. And like I'm trying to do this with the worst bubble guts, bro. And then like at this point in my life, like this was like the most beautiful girl I've ever been with in my life. Like her body looked like if you took a carrot and shoved it in the top of a pumpkin, just like no waist and crazy ass. And like I just couldn't do nothing with it. And I just was so, and like, I was trying to explain this to her and she would just not having around to, it was terrible, bro. And I was just like, this was the most fumbled bag of my entire career, bro. This is LeBron with no rings. Like, this was terrible. Glad my dick game has evolved 12 years, but I honestly still know her name, man. And I'm not gonna look her up on social media. I'm just gonna like let her have this terrible experience, and I'm gonna take that L to the grave with me. Well, not to the grave, to the podcast.
We all have to take. Yeah. We all have to take it. We all have to take.
It'd be crazy though if like this podcast like got big and then she reached out and was like, "Aren't you that guy?" And be like, "Yes, I am that guy, but now I'm that nigga. So let me fly you out real quick and get a redo."
And on that note, the National Meat Treasure wants to invite you to fund Sasha's excursions throughout the world so we can get more content. At what was that again? Let's plug it in because I think you deserve a little tip. A little tip.
Yeah, just TROPJ on Cash App so I can fly out this black and Filipino. Was she black and Filipino? I think she was like 75% black, a quarter. No, 75% Filipino, a quarter black.
Patreon exclusive.
But yes, so give me reparations for the L I took because clearly 12 years later it is still hurting me. It is still hurting me.
We don't need to take a full on video or picture of you. But what if we put a silhouette? Can we take a picture of that silhouette? I feel like that would be tasteful. So
what we're gonna do is I'm not gonna reach out. What's gonna happen is we're gonna get up, right? We're gonna be on Joe Rogan. We're gonna be on fucking Wallow and Gilly shit. And she's gonna reach out to me. She's gonna slide in my DMs, and I'm not gonna see the DM for 6 months because I don't answer DMs from people I don't follow, right? But one day, I'm just gonna be bored. I'm gonna go through my message request, and then I'm gonna see her in there, and I'm gonna go, is that such and such? I know her name, but I'm just gonna go, oh yeah. She's gonna go, are you this guy? And we'll be like, yes. What are you doing with your life right now? If I had to guess what she's doing with her life, she actually did want to be an astronaut and she had the credentials to be so, but she actually was too short to be an astronaut. To be 5'3" and she was 5'1". So that's why she was stripping. She was literally stripping her way through college.
To become an astronaut. Wow, throwing that ass for space.
Perfect woman, dude. She was doing it all. So she's probably going to be at her job at NASA, going through the YouTube algorithm. She's going to see me. She's going to listen to an episode, this episode particularly. Because by the time she sees it, we'll be on episode like 306, right? We'll be on episode 306. And she's just going to be going through the motions. She's going to see this episode. And she's going to go, hey, aren't you that guy? And, 6 months after her being in my DMs, going to see it and we'll be like, yes, I am that guy. What are you doing? She's going to be like, actually, I'm at the space base in Florida. I'm going to be like, that's crazy because I'm in Bermuda right now. What are you doing on Saturday? Because I have a private jet parked in Florida right now. And we're going to fly out. We're going to have a redo. And I'm not going to post the tape, but I will post the silhouette of me clapping that ass on Twitter with permission, with consent. And I'm just going to caption it.
Chocolate meats.
And I'm going to passion it. Got my get back. And then all the fans, the original OG fans will know that I got my get back on this black and Filipino.
God bless it.
Black and Filipino almost astronaut.
Wow. We've come up. It's a National Meat Treasure. We release episodes every Thursday. We appreciate you guys chiming in, and the comments are getting better. You guys are listening. You guys are chiming in, and we need to plug this man's Cash App. What?
We got a comment saying this is a relatable black podcast. How does it feel to be a relatable Negro, Christian? How does it feel that you've so many times you've claimed your black card because of this podcast? How does it feel to be a nigger?
I don't use it. I don't use it. It's something that I'm proud to have worked.
I just want my life next time you go out and like your food takes too long to come out, you're at a restaurant, or you get overcharged from the grocery store. I just want you to scream, is it because I'm black? Like I've given you that. YouTube and myself have bestowed that power upon you, and I want you to have it.
That's gonna be the greatest moment when I say that. I because I'll do it at the best place. I should have done it like at Sesame Place, but that's another
Best place
story.
would be Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel could get it all day. Like the minute that I see them overcharge me for chicken and dumplings, lose it. Just completely lose it. I'm with it. Joseph?
Me?
Oh, it's me next, but follow me at thin.cruel.lips on Instagram and TikTok, at National Meat Treasure on Instagram and TikTok, and at NMT Pod on Facebook. Get me back in that Korean fried chicken. Wow, that was racist. Too much tequila for me. I can't say that. You can't be like a racist.
Very tequila.
I'm totally hoping so many people have now gone, oh, it's the end of the podcast? I'm just gonna skip this part. So no one can hear that. Otherwise, this will be my Joe Rogan nigger tape. And you know what? I'm fine with that because and I'm totally cool with that because no publicity is bad publicity, baby.
Apparently not anymore.
Not anymore. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram at Saint Thrilla and follow 303 BAM on all music streaming platforms. And you can feel free to hit my Cash App, Ain't Thrilla, AINTTHRILLAH. Give a nigga $5 because I enjoy coffee.
Yeah, that's
and
nice.
He needs some energy to balance out all this fucking chronic he's smoking. People still call it chronic. People still call it chronic. I don't think I heard that in a while. Unless it was Snoop Dogg saying it.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I don't. He's not even. He's not smoking chronic.
I'm not hip to the weed
He's up on
lingo.
the terms, bro. He's up on the. He's up on the.
He's a manufacturer.
He's
a manufacturer. He grows.
Exactly.
He has a company.
He's a brand.
He manufactures the Za. He's a brand. Yeah,
he's a brand. The Za brand.
Chronic is gone.
Oh, support Thrilla's Zaza habit. I feel like Zaza's out too. Honestly, I feel like I haven't heard Zaza in a while either. I heard Gas a lot.
People say
Gas is consistent.
Gas has been around for 10 years at this point.
Za is fucking corny. I hate that shit.
Because gas can really talk about a few different things that's going on. Like it could be something that's really gas, or something
like nitrous balloons.
It could be actual gas.
It could be actual gas. Hey guys, that's really gas. Whoa, I'm gonna smoke it too. No, it's methane. Please don't do that.
Speaking of gas, in New York now, you have to show ID for fucking whipped cream.
Oh, whipped cream
at stores now. Yes,
whipped cream. Yo, people are losers, bro. I'm sorry.
People
buy weed.
Are doing whippets.
Bro, buy weed. Buy whippets.
Cocaine like an adult.
Bro, when I okay, this is the last thing before I sign off. When my introduction into like this like honky ass area was going into a head shop and seeing somebody walk out with like 600 cartridges of CO2 so they can have fun at their whippet party.
What's the price on that?
I don't know. It was a lot. Like the man's like wiped them out. He was like, "Yeah, let me get them."
Like, and even if they're 50 cents a piece, that's still $300. That's a lot of cocaine. You could just do cocaine.
It's way more.
This podcast supports all drug use, by the way, except for whippets.
Yeah, please don't do whippets.
I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna go against whippets here.
You have talked about drug use on here. I think you
you're not gonna
go
against whippets.
I'm not gonna judge anybody for what they do, man. I'm just saying,
Are you telling us that you like whippets?
I've never done a whippet, but now that I have to show my ID to buy it, I may try it because I have. If you are above 21, you have the right to decide if you want to do whippets, and I've never done one. And maybe I want to.
If you're 18 and you want to suck some like 18-year-old like whipped cream off of somebody's body, like you can't enjoy that. You can't be like, I don't need the whipped cream for a dessert. I need it for sex.
You can get the Cool Whip in the tub.
Whipped cream sex with whipped cream is disgusting. I discovered this when I was actually about 19. Sweat and whipped cream do not mix, especially in like a hot Brooklyn apartment. It turns very quickly on you.
Some AC.
So don't do that.
Food and skin, you know.
Yeah, we'll leave you on that note for the National Meat Treasure.
No food on bodies. Bye-bye.
Crazy, never lost it. Now I pick her up in the Mercedes and I'm frosted. 23-0, we took the lead. Watch me talk shit. Everybody see me on my top dog shit. They were saying I was going crazy.